Please be seated. Good morning. On behalf of the graduating class of 2020, I would like to welcome you to our graduation ceremony. We would like to thank our family and friends for their endless love and support throughout the years, along with those who couldn't be here with us today, but may be watching our ceremony online. We wouldn't be the people we are today without you all. Next, we would like to welcome and thank our distinguished guest speaker, Mr. Warren Sickle. I know that we, along with our families, are extremely grateful for your return today. Also, we would like to thank the Kaw Valley USD 321 Board of Education, along with the administration, teachers, and staff members who have been at St. Mary's High School during our years. You have taught us many lessons along the way that we will carry with us throughout life. Fellow classmates, life sure hasn't been easy on us. From losing sports seasons to not getting the chance to walk through the school as students one last time, these last few months have been rough. However, the years before were far greater than the abrupt ending. I believe that our class is so much more than an unfortunate result of a pandemic. We will have many opportunities in store for us in the future, for we will not let this define us, but shape us into better people. While we have lost so much valuable time that could have been spent together, class of 2020, let us enjoy these last moments together before we go our separate ways. Thank you, and welcome to graduation 2020.
Thank you, Brenda. During our commencement, it is our request that everyone support and contribute to the formal tone of this ceremony. Some high schools have a less formal tone, but it is the St. Mary's High School tradition that we have a dignified ceremony. Therefore, while we are honoring the achievement of each student, we ask the audience refrain from using horns, whistles, and other similar noisemakers. Applause and respectful cheers are appropriated and appreciated. Please allow us at this time to take a moment to silence our cell phones. Thank you. At this time, I would like to recognize those students that are in the top 10% of this graduating class. When I call your name, please stand, remain standing, be recognized. Please hold your applause until all the students are recognized, please. Scott Ewing. Brenna Mulligan. Kiera Schoenfeld. Kaysen Toby. Please join me in recognizing the great achievement of these students. Recognition of the top 10% of the class is the perfect transition to the next portion of our ceremony, the honoring of our valedictorians. These students will receive an academic pin for their achievement and give an acceptance speech. This year, we have 3 seniors tie for first in class and represent the class of 2020 as valedictorians. We are very proud to honor and present these students to you. I will call our valedictorians up in alphabetical order. Our first valedictorian speaker today is Scott Ewing.
Wow, what a ride. I mean, boy, did that escalate quickly. For the past 13 years of our lives, or more for some, we've been working towards this goal, and now it's here. I'm not going to lie to you all. I struggled. What do you say to the class that has had about the craziest senior year possible? I've been pondering that thought a lot lately, and there's a lot I could say. I could say congratulations, I could say jailbreak, or I could dwell on what we lost. I decided that while I can make a case for any of those things, they don't really seem to fit. Although it does feel, am I right? Never before has one high school class had the opportunity that we as the class of 2020 have right now. We have been through so much to get here, some good, some bad. I remember when we won the league championship in basketball in 8th grade, and I knew then that we would do great things in basketball. Lo and behold, this year we ended up putting together one of the greatest sub-state runs in history when we won our sub-state tournament to go to the state tournament in Hutch, and then proceeded to knock off the number 1 seed when we got there. It took a pandemic to stop us. We have created memories that will last a lifetime. Each person has their own unique memories that they created and shared with the special people in our class and school. There have also been things that were tough, like having this year cut short by COVID-19. But instead of quitting, we persevered, and here we are today, finally. We still haven't beat COVID yet, though, so let's be the group to change that. So going forward, I challenge the class of 2020, I challenge everyone here to go out and make a difference. And always remember, when, not if, there are challenges in life, because I promise you, there will be challenges. Do not give in. Power through. If someone needs help, why then help them, just as our teachers and coaches did for us throughout the years. And if you need help, don't be afraid to ask, because everyone needs help sometimes. Most of all, even when things are going bad, it's important to remember God has a plan, even when we can't see it, and it is a plan not to harm you, but to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. Thank you to all of the teachers, coaches, and parents that have been there for us throughout the years. We couldn't have made it without you. Lastly, I want to thank all of my wonderful classmates that have made high school great. Congratulations and good luck.
Our next valedictorian speaker is Brenna Mulligan.
Class of 2020. Things have been weird, that's for sure. We always knew that our class was special, but I don't think we ever knew just how much a part of history we would become. While the last few months have certainly been challenging, I'm very thankful that we are still able to come together today to celebrate our many accomplishments before we go our separate ways. Looking back, our senior year was going by even harder to swallow. But there is no doubt that we will emerge into the world better people than we were before by going through this experience. We've learned the hard way not to take anything for granted. Although living life with no regrets can be hard, I encourage you all to live in the moment and be grateful for what each day brings. Surround yourself by people you love and live your life as it comes each day. While it can be good to reminisce on the past or dream of the future, it is vital that we live in the moment and focus on what each day brings. Make the most and be grateful for what you have. The world will not always be perfect, but spend your time making the best of the situation that is presented to you, because being mad at the world isn't going to get you anywhere. I'm sure when we pictured graduation, it looked nothing like what it does today. We would be surrounded by more family and more friends. We would have already suffered through our last finals week together, and some of us might have even been preparing for state sport competitions. However you may have dreamed about this time of graduation, I know it wasn't like this. That is why it is important to live in the moment, rather than spend your time dreaming about something that isn't guaranteed. As we go into the unknown of college, tech school, or the workforce, we are ready to take on any challenges that life will throw at us. We have learned that you can't control every situation, that you will need to be flexible and make the best out of what you are given. When we look back at high school, we will not focus on what we lost, but we will reminisce on our time spent in the Cove, flipping channels, walking through the halls with our classmates, competing side by side in sports competitions, and we know that those same people will be there to support us in our future. In closing, I would like to thank all my classmates, our teachers, coaches, administration, and our families for all their support throughout our school careers, and especially over the last few months. We would not be standing here today without all you have done for us. To my classmates, never forget where you come and be grateful for all those who helped you along the way. While saying goodbye to high school and friends is hard, I encourage you all to take the changes in stride, dream about tomorrow, but live for today. Thank you, and best of luck to the class of 2020.
Our final valedictorian speaker is Kason Toby.
Well, guys, we made it. We might be a couple months late, and this might not look the way we all envisioned it looking, but we made it. I know when I walked out of the high school on March 5th, I expected nothing more than to have a good spring break, watching my friends win a state championship in basketball, and getting ready to finally hit a fairway in my last season of high school golf. I never could have imagined that I would never enter St. Mary's High School as a student again. Rather than dwell on all that we missed out on, I feel that it is best to reminisce on the times that we did have. I will look back on all the great times I had with my classmates, friends, teachers, teammates, and coaches. I am grateful for all the lifelong memories and friends that I have gained. I know that as we go our separate ways, we will all be more resilient, empathetic, well-rounded individuals because of the experiences and lessons we learned inside of those walls. Thank you to all my teachers and coaches. You have helped shape me into the individual I am today. Thank you to the community for always supporting me, as well as my classmates in all of our endeavors. Thank you to my family for supporting me and teaching me to work hard for what I want in life. And last but not least, thank you to all my classmates for making the last 14 years unforgettable. I leave you with this quote: "You may not be able to control every situation and its outcome, but you can always control your attitude and how you deal with it."
Each year, many of our seniors earn and are awarded scholarships. At this time, I will be announcing each scholarship and its recipient. Please hold your applause until all scholarships are announced so that all names may be heard. Just as he got sat down here, where's he at? Is he down? Bank of the Flint Hills, Case and Toby. Brian Lindstrom, Inspirational, Caden Hurla. Custom Wood Products, Lake Family, Olivia Lowe. If you guys want to sit down after I say your name, you can, but you can stand up. That's fine. Olivia, did you stand up? Very good. Okay. It's a little rough out here. We got to get our system down out here. FCE, Cobb Better Homes, Jama Bordelon. George and Vivian Wild Memorial, Caden Hurla. Harriet Hayes, Austin Memorial for Nursing, Sam Moore. Jerry F. Case and Toby and Sam Moore. Joel Barron's Memorial, Caden Hurla. Caw Valley Education Association, Jana Harrington. Knights of Columbus Council, number 657, Brenna Mulligan and Emma Lett. Kristen D. Morford Athletic Memorial Scholarship, Olivia Lowe. The Pessamere Family Scholarship, Case and Toby. The St. Mary's High School Scholarship, Brenna Mulligan. The St. Mary's Alumni Association Scholarship, Mary Birtles, Emma Lett, Olivia Lowe, Brenna Mulligan. The St. Mary's Masonic Memorial Scholarship, Case and Toby, Callie Perry, Brianna Sack, and Olivia. St. Mary's Literary Scholarship, Kelsey Pearl. The Wamego Telephone Company Scholarship, Case and Toby. Please give them a round of applause. We would also like to recognize our students who have completed a program at Washburn Tech University and earned their certification. Students, please stand as I call your name and program, and feel free to applaud for each student. Brandon Brazy, Welding. Elijah Starks, Graphic Technology. Class President Brenna Mulligan will now come forward and introduce our guest speaker.
On behalf of the class of 2020, I would like to give a warm welcome to our distinguished speaker, Mr. Sickle. Mr. Warren Sickle grew up in the Shawnee Mission area of Kansas City and earned a bachelor's degree from Emporia State University in 1976. After 2 years of teaching in Centralia, Kansas, Mr. and Mrs. Sickle began teaching in USD 321 in the fall of 1979. In 1984, Mr. Sickle earned a master's degree in music education from Kansas State University. Both of Mr. Sickle's sons are graduates of St. Mary's High School and enjoy careers as educators. After 33 years of an incredibly rewarding career as St. Mary's High Band Director, having taught 2 generations of students, Mr. Sickle retired to Olathe, Kansas, to be close by to granddaughter Lillian. Mr. Sickle, the class of 2020, is also very excited to make you an honorary alumni of the class of 2020. Welcome back to St. Mary's High School, and thank you for taking your time to be our distinguished speaker. We are honored.
Wow, thank you, thank you. I gave that the old college try. Thank you, Brenna, for that wonderful introduction. I owe you 5 alumni letter points. St. Mary's High School administration, faculty, staff, USD 321 administration, and Board of Education, family, and friends. Thank you to the class of 2020 and Mrs. Crystal Hurla for having me here today. I could not be more thrilled. Thank you also to Mr. Luke, Mrs. Hurla, Mr. O'Halloran, and Breanne Mulligan for advice on my speech today so that I don't sound like a lame dork. At this time, I want to utilize a time-honored graduation tradition and congratulate her retirement from USD 321. 40-plus years of service to the district and teaching at 4 attendance centers here in the same district. Incredible educator, wonderful colleague and mentor, and wonderful friend. I know you'll join me in wishing Mrs. Napier well in her next chapter. Well, not only am I excited to be here, but I'm scared out of my wits, believe it or not, because I want to talk from the heart today, even though I have a written out speech. The reason I'm scared today, and I'll share this with you, is that I want my words to hopefully be something meaningful for you. You know, the graduation speeches I just heard from the valedictorians were awesome, and I'm afraid that my words may pale, but this is still something on my bucket list. See what I did there? Now, the last time I saw many of you, you were in 4th grade, and it was my last day at St. Mary's grade. And all the students were wearing ties because I love wearing ties. That was so cool, and it's such a wonderful memory that I told Mr. Luke I have to wear a tie today to honor all you graduates. Now, as I said, I'm really scared, so I'm going to try to lighten the mood with a classical joke. It's lame, and many of you will figure that it's an old dad joke, but here we go. It's original, and this is the world debut. You ready? Of all the crops that grow in the area, the one that graduated from high school is corn. And the way you know that is because it's the one with the tassel. Wow. Thank you, Breanne Mulligan. Thank you. I want to take you now back to a conversation that would happen every year, and and it's one I'm not particularly proud of, but it did happen. It would be me talking to a senior in high school, and I would say, well, what are you planning to do after you graduate from high school? And the senior would say, well, I don't know, Mr. Sickle. My grades aren't too good. I just don't know what I can do because I don't think I'm smart enough. And I would say, it doesn't matter how smart you are, it's your passion that will get you through life. And that's how I got through college. And I would go on to say, you know, I don't think I graduated high school with a 2.0. And that student would say, oh yeah, right, Mr. Sickle, you're a teacher, of course you made good grades. And I'd say, no, I think it was a 2.0. Well, shame on me, I didn't have a transcript to prove that. So today, I have my transcript with me. Okay? Actually graduated with a 2.229. I'm not proud of that. I was 439th out of a class of 614. I'm not proud of that either. But it wasn't for lack of trying hard. It wasn't for lack of effort. It wasn't for a lack of laziness. It was because I had learning disabilities. And I still have them. I strive, though, to work through my passion. I want to take you back now to the winter of 1972. I'm having supper with my parents, and out of the clear blue, I said, you know what, Mom and Dad? I want to be a band teacher. I want to be like my high school band teacher. My dad looked at me and said, well, good luck with that. I don't know about your grades. My mother reminded me of my ACT scores. Are you ready? A 17 composite and a 12 in English. You know what? I knew they were right. I knew I was going to struggle, but I wanted to be a band teacher. And I had a passion for that. I'll tell you, college was not easy. Rarely a day went by when I didn't hear one of the following. Mr. Sickle, go practice your bassoon some more. Sickle, when are you going to pass piano? You can't graduate from college without passing piano. Sickle, that music history term paper was terrible. Can't you write at a higher level than second grade? Or here's the best one of all. Hey, Sickle, if your afro wasn't so big and heavy, maybe your brain would work better. Well, that always knocked me down a bunch of notches, but I'd get up the next day and think, I want to be a band teacher. I'm going to get this done somehow, some way. You know, 48 years ago, I was sitting at my high school graduation, and I was scared to death. How was I going to get through college with those grades and those ACT scores? Wow, say that 3 times. And I'm looking around at my classmates, and I'm thinking, wow, they're all courageous. They're all smarter than I am. They all probably have a plan of how to succeed, and they know how they're going to get it done. And it's at that point I wish somebody had shared with me this piece of wisdom. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the willingness and determination to take on fear. I had to figure that out well into my 30s, and I hope that that little piece of advice will help you in whatever it is that you choose to do, whether that's the military, VOTEC, working and mentoring on the job, or going to college. I hope that you'll take that with you, and that will help you to succeed. Here's one other strategy that might help you in succeeding. Now, I'm a little prejudiced, but I think the St. Mary's High School song is one of the all-time great school songs ever. I think you'd all agree with me with that. Isn't it incredible that
Administration of Kaw Valley USD 321, it is my honor to accept the 120 as the 122nd class of St. Mary's High School. Congratulations.
It's now time to announce our graduates and present them with their diplomas. Before we begin, I'd like to inform you that it is appropriate for you to come forward to the railing and to take pictures as the graduates walk across the stage. Please be considerate of others as you do. Thank you again for keeping this commencement ceremony dignified and respectful. Let's go ahead. Our first five can come up. Brooklyn Renee Aguilera. Isabella Maria Beck. Mary Elizabeth Bertles. Eileen Cecile Bordelon. Michael Thomas Xavier Foster. Jama Catherine Bordelon. Peter Soldani Bordelon. Brandon James Bracy. We have a graduate that is in the Marine Corps at this time. His dad is here. Patrick Joseph Creaky. Scott Andrew Ewing. Erin Marie Fields. Jana Rose Harrington. Jaylee Marie Hurd. Caden Andrew Hurla. James John Marie Jones. Veronica Faith Kasperzak. Charles Nice Pierre King. Elena Gail Layton. Emma Grace Lett. Olivia Ann Lowe. Brianna Danielle Marstall. Elizabeth McCann. Tristan Matthew McCann. Miles Alexander Moore. Samuel Charles Moore. Brenna K. Mulligan. Kelsey Marie Pearl. Callie Grace Perry. Brianna Catherine Sack. Brian Matthew Shaneman. Kiera Michelle Schoenfeld. Tegan Robert Sommers. Elijah Latre Starks. Andrew James Sorokas. Kason James Toby. Graduates, please stand. At this time, we will do the traditional turning of the tassels. Please turn your tassel from right to left. Congratulations. Now the most important part, outside the graduates walking across the stage. Would everybody please rise? And I would like to invite everyone to sing our school song, The Bells of St. Mary's. Thank you, everyone. As you exit, please practice social distancing, give each other time, log out appropriately. Thank you.
I'd like to thank my parents because of their unconditional support. I'd like to thank some of the faculty, like Mrs. May.
And all my friends for supporting me in everything.
I would like to thank my teachers, my coaches, my fellow classmates, and especially my mom.
I would like to personally thank all the teachers and staff that have helped me through high school.
I'd like to thank Coach McConaughey and Mrs. Holliday for always being there and pushing me to be my best.
I'd like to thank Mrs. O'Halloran because she's always there for all the students and everyone, and she's someone who's like you can always go and talk to.
I'd like to thank my teachers, my coaches, and my parents, and my classmates, and everyone who was there to help me.
I'd like to thank my teachers and all of my friends.
I would like to thank my parents for always believing in me and pushing me to do my best. Also the teachers that strove for greatness and taught me more about life than just school.
I'd like to thank my teachers, my coaches, my classmates, and most importantly my family for just supporting every decision that I've made and being my #1 supporters.
I would like to thank Mrs. Moore just because she's always been there for me during high school. She always showed a lot of support for us.
I would like to thank all of the staff and my family and my friends for getting me this far and helping me succeed.
I'd like to thank all the teachers and staff for being there throughout the 4 years that I've been here, 5 years that I've been here. Being there every corner, turn, every time I needed help, they were always there.
I'd like to thank Mrs. Holliday for teaching me and going in depth about music and stuff like that, or helping me create the passion for music that I have today.
I'd like to thank Mrs. Luker for pushing me on my early years of freshman, sophomore, and junior, and then I'd like to thank Mrs. O'Halloran for getting my stuff turned in my senior year.
I would like to thank my family for always coming to all of my activities and supporting me. And I would also like to thank my teachers, the staff, coaches, and my teammates for helping me achieve my goals and forming me into the person I am today.
I'd like to thank my parents for all they've done to help me and dedicated all their time and money. And also like to thank coaches and the teachers here that really welcomed me when I came here, and all my friends.
I'd like to thank my parents for always being there and supporting me through everything.
I would like to thank my parents for always pushing me to be the best that I can be, and the staff for always encouraging me and always being there when I needed them.
I would like to thank Mr. Vanderbilt for getting me through junior high and preparing me for high school.
Well, I'd like to thank Adam Perla, all my coaches throughout the years for pushing me as hard as they did.
I would like to thank all the teachers, my family, and my friends, especially JC, Jana, and Tegan, because they always supported me no matter what and always made me have fun during school.
I would like to thank Mr. Luke and Madam Hurla, and then my parents and grandparents. They definitely helped a lot.
I'd like to thank my grandparents for raising me, and as far as the school goes, I'd like to thank Mr. Hare for getting me into the arts and making me want to pursue a career that goes with digital design and arts and stuff like that.
I'd like to thank my mom, Luke, and Hare. This big impact on my life here.
I would like to thank all the teachers and all the staff and custodians that have helped me to get to this point and have supported me throughout high school, junior high, grade school. I would also like to thank my family for everything that they have done for me up to this point, getting me here.
I'd like to thank my parents, my teachers,
all my classmates, and I will miss the wood shop.
I'm going to miss sports in high school.
I will miss most is probably the people, the hardworking staff, and all the friends I've made.
I'm going to miss the people. There's a great group of people. Coming to school every day was fun. And I'm also going to miss the exciting moments of sports. 4 overtimes, Silver Lake, my sophomore year, making the state run to basketball this year. Can't beat that.
I'm going to miss the faculty, my friends, and everybody else who made St. Mary's High School such a pleasant place to be.
The thing that I'm going to miss the most about St. Mary's High School is the familiarity of it. And just, it's everything that we've known for the past 6 years or 4 years, I guess. And I just think that's what I'm going to miss the most about St. Mary's.
I'm going to miss the people at this school. They're more like a family to me than like staff, teachers, and students. We all came together as one.
I'm going to miss the family mentality in the whole entire school. Everybody's encouraging each other to do their best.
I'm going to miss shop class and doing morning announcements.
I am definitely going to miss my friends the most and my teachers.
The thing I'm going to miss most is just being in the school, because I never had a day I never wanted to be here.
I'm going to miss the people the most. Being able to get in groups, talk about good things, bad things.
I'm gonna miss the most a lot of the teachers here, and I really enjoyed Mr. Flax's weight class.
The thing I'm gonna miss the most is probably my classmates, sports, and the teachers, honestly.
I think the thing I'll miss the most about St. Mary's is the teachers.
I'll miss the most just playing sports with my friends and classmates and being in the pep club, wearing crazy outfits, cheering on the boys, and just how it felt like family here at St. Mary's.
I will definitely miss some of the staff members like Mrs. O'Halloran, Mrs. Moore, and Mrs. Holiday.
I'm definitely gonna miss all of my friends here. I had a lot of underclassmen friends, and just like overall the smiles and the cheer team and just all of that stuff is what I'm gonna miss.
The thing I'll miss most about St. Mary's Junior Senior High School is my classmates. They've always been there for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss the jam sessions I used to have with my buds, Foster, James, Peter. We all went in the band room and just had a good jam session. It was fun.
I'm gonna miss all of my friends.
I'm gonna miss the family mentality of it all. We were all a big group of friends, and it was nice.
I'm definitely gonna miss game days and all the practices that we had to go through. And I'll also miss just spending lots of time in the Cove with my friends.
I'm going to miss St. Mary's as a whole. The staff and students just made it feel like a second home here.
Well, I'll miss my friends mostly. I had a lot of special bonds with kids that I wasn't here for a very long time, but I still had a lot of friends that'll last a lifetime.
I'm gonna miss waking up and coming to school.
I'm gonna miss all my friends and running around the hallways.
I am gonna miss the most shop class, calculus class, and also morning announcements.
I'll miss my classmates. Being around them was a lot of fun, so that's probably what I'll miss the most.
I'll miss the people and my teachers and having conversations with my teachers just about like random stuff and stuff going on in the world and getting to know them like that.
staying in the art room for a few hours out of the day.
The thing I'm going to miss the most about St. Mary's High School is probably hanging out with my friends and just mess around in the hallways, in the locker room, in the weight room, summer weights, stuff like that. That's probably what I'm going to miss the most.
What do we miss most about St. Mary's University?
My friends, the staff, being able to eat with all of my friends and hanging out and enjoying my time here.
I think the legacy I leave behind is the positivity and humor that I try to spread with all my friends and the staff.
I think the legacy that I'm leaving behind is having the attitude of anything and everything is possible if you put your mind to it.
Legacy I've left behind that I'm most proud of is the fact that I'm pursuing what I love.
Leadership for the football team. I think I leave behind a legacy of perseverance. Any challenge I met, I powered through and made sure, even if it was hard, I finished it. And one case in point would be basketball season this year. The regular season wasn't too great. We finished 10-10, but when it came time for the playoffs, we powered through and made it to state.
I feel like the class of 2020 is leaving a legacy that it's okay to be different, that it's okay to go outside of your comfort zone and be different.
Getting a job before graduating high school, like one that I think I'm going to continue in through most of my life.
I feel like I contributed a lot of leadership to this school.
I feel like I am leaving behind a leadership legacy. I really liked showing positivity around the school, you know, helping people out.
I think the legacy I've left to everyone is to work as hard as you can and just never give up.
I'd like to be remembered for being kind and there for all my friends when they needed to talk to someone.
I feel like I've left behind a very good work ethic. I always get my work done and on time.
I felt like I left a positive vibe legacy.
Don't always sweat the small stuff. Look at the bigger picture. Some of the things you stress about don't really matter in the big picture.
The legacy that I've left behind is that don't stress too much about homework. Get it done, of course, but just remember to smile and have fun a lot because these are supposed to be the best 4 years of high school, so make the most of it.
The legacy I leave behind is a positive attitude and brightening up the place.
I'm most proud of being a hard worker and probably a leader. Tried to do that every day and everything I did.
I feel like I was really good friends with a lot of people in this school, and I was just a really happy person overall. So I feel like just leaving back my good reputation here.
My positive attitude towards things like cheer and drill and keeping up with schoolwork, it's just always keeping strong.
The legacy that I'm most proud of that I'm leaving behind would be a good attitude and a positive way toward others.
It would probably have to be the music I left behind. I wrote some songs for the school, but also the feeling of family that the band had before I left. It was a good feeling.
I hope the legacy I leave behind is lots of school pride and just letting people know that it's okay to be yourself and not care what other people think.
The legacy I've left behind with the underclassmen. I felt like I really pushed them hard, and I tried to do my best to take care of them as much as I can.
How I got along with a good amount of kids here.
The legacy I think I'm leaving behind is leadership after being the drill and cheer captain.
I'd say I left a legacy in terms of pursuing a career early on and going to Washburn Tech and getting a certificate, trying to do it at the same time, like graduating high school and all that at the same time.
Positive attitude.
Not for what they believe in.